Hey guys, Ming here, back again with another video, and today, well, I guess we're continuing Gambler's Table. Yeah, the last video went pretty well, honestly. For usually YouTube doesn't like when you switch content, switch up games, so usually viewer count drops. Also the fact that, you know, I haven't been really uploading a lot, and content's been relatively slow. Honestly, for how many views it currently has, I'm pretty happy with that result. And again, it's not, I don't consider this like a career or anything. So again, I appreciate you guys' support and watching the last video, especially you guys that, you know, liked the video and like the style of content that this kind of puts out. So figured to come out with episode 2 because, you know, I like this game. Like I said, it's relatively chill, and yeah, there's not really much to, it's kind of like brainless, you know. It's you know, I don't have to sit here and, you know, manage moving characters from map to map, and not a lot of micromanagement here, you know. There's, you got this little guy does all the work for you. It's pretty nice, pretty chill. So I guess we'll continue on with it. I think the kind of good thing about this, I can't remember, it's been like a month since I honestly recorded that video. I've been waiting to kind of sit and record another episode to this, actually sitting and waiting to play this game for that episode to come out, because I didn't want to progress outside of like a video format. So we'll continue on, and let me just kind of reorient myself because I honestly can't remember where I was. So I remember we like prestige and we got like the helper. The helper gives plus coins and he flips. Okay, so seems like the route to go is upgrade helper, get more helpers, and upgrade coin cost. Okay, yeah. Yeah. You know, I'm really excited to see how far out the skill tree goes, and like how you know, how much this actually, how it interacts with the gameplay. Usually skill trees in most games are pretty busted. I also want to see like how fast it kind of ramps. I saw like one of the upgrades here, you start with extra coins. Yeah, start with 3 copper, 2 silver, 1 gold. I wonder what would be the best second point to get. When you have more silver than copper, silver coins earn a lot more money. I wonder if that'd be better, or if the angel one will help. Every now and then a sneaky thief will wander across, multiply all earnings by 10. Honestly, I feel like I don't really want that one because it's going to require me to pay attention. And who needs that, right? That's right. I wonder how many hats we have. Can I get a hat? No, 500. That's right. And I wonder, oh, I'm gonna look at my mic levels. I want to see if you guys can hear me clicking. No, I gotta really like click for you guys to hear it. Okay, that's good. I guarantee you, if like the gain volume is increased, there wasn't like noise gates, someone's gonna make a comment, be like, I can hear you clicking your mouse. Happens every time, even when I was streaming. Always, like, I hear your mouse clicks. I hear you breathing. How dare you? You know? Typical Idle Mains Head channel stuff, you know? Yeah. I feel like it's, you know, this is, you know, as I said in the last video, this is kind of what I envisioned the Idle Mains Head channel to be. Having, you know, just a bunch of like random idle games, just uploading content for it. I feel like, you know, it's more like a variety type channel, you know? You know, sticking to one game is fun and all, but it's honestly probably better for the YouTube algorithm. But I feel like introducing people to like the whole genre of idle games, it's a lot of fun. That's right. I want to see. So I want one of these helpers to go to a silver coin and flip it. I want to see how much money it gives. Does it give like 5 extra? Yeah, just $5 extra. Okay. Come on, get a silver coin. Oh. It's just go to a silver coin. So I mean, it is 30 if I do the hand flip. Oh, come on. Come on, just go over to it. I'm going to assume it's 35. Bro. I know there's a lot more copper coins here, but come on. I mean, it says +5, so logically that means it's gonna give 35. But you never know if the code is like weird and it's like actually 150. It's like a 5x multi or something, you know? But I suppose these are also giving $9, so this is just adding to it. I guess that makes sense. So yeah, I'm going to safely assume that this is probably just $35 then. I will not click a silver just in case. Probably should. Largest revenue generator. Let me just get more helpers. Increase the pool. That way they're more likely to click the silver coins. Then I'll stop buying copper so I get more silver just to double check, but never know. I'm just so used to playing games where the coding or the wording is just not exactly the best. So you always got to test and see if what is written is actually true or not. Gonna have to trial and error, figure it out yourself, you know? For the most part, tooltips in games I feel like are pretty well written, but in the incremental or idle game genre, I feel like there's always room for misinterpretation. I think it's mostly just like a disconnect between like coding and, you know, actually writing helpful descriptions, because you intend to code it one way and then you might like change your mind last second, like code it differently. I don't know. I'm not a coder, so I can't really say, but I can see that being reasoning. I don't think I've seen a... Oh, that's right, because they can't... Yeah, they can't clip... Okay, never mind. That makes sense. Yeah, there's an upgrade later that makes them do it. Yep. I remember, guys. Pepperidge Farm remembers. Alright. Increase the flip value of silver coins. I like that. Should probably just get a bunch of copper coins in. So I guess earlier when I said what are the odds that they aren't flipping a silver, I guess 100%, because they don't have the upgrade that allows them to flip silver coins. Oh boy. There was a comment on the video from someone that mentioned another game I could play that's similar to this, Incredicer. I did actually end up playing it because someone in my Steam family had it, and I ended up beating it in 10 hours. Fairly good game, I can say. I feel like the content depth isn't that much, so I guess we'll see how in-depth the content is for this game. I think the thing that makes this game more attractive to me, in my opinion, than Incredicer is just the graphics. It kind of reminds me of Binding of Isaac, and back in the day, that game took up so much of my time. I loved Binding of Isaac so much. Now, is this anything like Binding of Isaac? No, it just kind of has a nostalgic feel because of the graphics. And normally I'm not really like a, you know, graphics type person, or rather, you know, that's a lie. I actually am. Graphics usually peeve me off about a game. That's actually one of the reasons I don't really play Minecraft, especially vanilla Minecraft. Even with a mod pack, it's just the core gameplay and the graphics themselves just don't really look that good. And if I have to install like a 6 GB texture pack for HDR, 4K resolution, you know, upgraded texture models, like it's just not my thing. So Minecraft as a game itself is just not really that fun to me. And by extension, a lot of the games that kind of share the same logic, you know? Although I will say, Terraria, love Terraria. I don't know what it is, but Terraria is amazing. I feel like that's one of the games just like universally amazing, right? Quick flip. Should probably save up 1,000 for that. I will say also the big difference between this and Incredicer is that Incredicer, you automatically just like move over the dice and like flips for you, as opposed to you having to click and then later buy an upgrade that allows you to just hover over it. That's nice. Good quality of life. I hate clicking a million times, although I suppose you could just set an auto clicker and just like move your mouse around and does the same effect. But I'll vibe with the content as it is for now. You know, I guess that's one topic that's probably something we could talk about. I feel like a lot of games have a pretty good relationship with auto clickers. I feel like if you're an idle game or you're an incremental game, you should follow, you know, the trend. I feel like auto clickers are kind of a necessary component, a necessary evil of idle games, especially ones that have like a clicking component to it. It just makes sense, you know, just the repeated actions and the potential for, you know, spraining your finger from clicking thousands of times. I feel like you should legalize auto clickers in a lot of incremental games. And the fact that, you know, it's I think the main trepidation about allowing auto clickers in idle games is that some of them are, you know, some auto clickers are like third-party resources, right? And hello? That my cat's meowing in the background, if you guys can hear that. Motsy, come here. Oh, it's Regina. Hey, Regina. What you doing? Hey, girl. My cats are doing this thing recently where they just like take a stick toy and just like bring it to me, but like meow to find me. So like yell and they'll find me. Anyways, what was I saying? Auto clickers. Yes, I feel like the main reason why I see a bunch of games kind of move towards anti-auto clicker sentiment is that not everyone has a configuration where there's innate auto clicker, you know, like programming available to their hardware. So you will have to rely on like a third-party software, and if you're a company saying, oh, we'll allow you to do this, it kind of incentivizes people to do it. And if the only method for them to do that is a third-party software, there's like potential to be like, oh, we're recommending the software, and then if that's ever malware, it's kind of on the company. But the game, I don't know, it's kind of weird legal jujitsu, you know. But I also don't get that point of view, because you're not necessarily telling people to install an auto clicker. You're giving them, you're legalizing that as an option, right? You're not going to ban them for using an auto clicker, but you're not exactly, you know, forcing them to use it. So I think it's completely legally kosher, right? Although I'm also not a lawyer, so don't take my opinion on this. But yeah, I feel like the relationship between idle games, incremental games, and auto clickers should favor auto clickers. And I feel like it's archaic to not do that. It's also kind of, it just causes the gameplay loop to be more injury prone. Like I said, if you're clicking dozens and dozens of times, sure, you may not injure yourself with the first 100 clicks, but as you continue doing it, the repeated stress, you know, there's a thing called RSI, right? There's potentially you could injure yourself by clicking thousands of times in an incremental game. Anyways, yeah, if you ever ask my opinion about an auto clicker in an idle game, I think you should just bite the bullet and do it. Just be wary that not all games will probably approve of you doing that. Hey, mozzarella, you're here too. How's it going? Welcome. Okay, chill out, guys. Hey, back. Don't attack her. Man, I can't remember the last time I streamed or like really introduced anyone to my new cat, but I have a third cat, Mozzarella, short for, yeah, his name's Mozzarella. That's his legal government name. Call him Motzi, Mean Bean, Motorola, Corolla, Toyota, Hyundai, Nissan, Mitsubishi. It's the extended government name. Not the government name, the nickname. You know, I feel like naming animals, you just kind of you just throw stuff on there. Just sounds right, you know? Yeah. What's up? He's very playful, very active, compared to both Regina and Colby, which are both not very active. They're more like a sleep all day type cat. they're very low energy compared to mozzarella. So it was it was quite a switch up to go from them, you know, just like sitting in my lap cuddling all day, to mozzarella just occasionally cracking out and just jumping off the walls, you know, skirting across the ceiling, you know, stuff like that. But it does make both Regina and Colby very active, so I'm happy that the younger brothers causing them to run around the house more. Actually, it took Colby to the vet on Monday. I guess the time this video is coming out, which is tomorrow, the 25th. Yeah, it was Monday. Took him to the vet, got him his vaccines because he's a little overdue. Between moving the past few months, I haven't been able to really honor most appointments. Also, the fact I have a new job makes going to appointments kind of more sporadic. So I was able to go on Monday, give him his vaccines, and he actually lost a few pounds, which is good because he's technically overweight, and I want to make sure he's not, so he's in a healthy weight bracket. So changing up his diet a little bit. He's lost good pounds. The vet was happy with that. I will say he was not happy about going to the vet. They had to bring him back to the room, and I had to help them administer the injection. I didn't do the injection, but like I just got him out of the carrier because he wouldn't leave the carrier. Silly boy, sweet man. He only hissed once, didn't scratch the vets or anything, which I'm honestly shocked about because he has pretty big anxiety for a cat. Any loud noises, any place he's not familiar with, he just gets immediately angry or upset, skittish, you know. Even getting him to the car was a struggle. Getting him into the carrier was not that hard, but zipping up the carrier, that was the problem. Oh, that's right. Hold on. This guy has a sombrero, but not everyone else has a sombrero. Let me go get another hat, actually. Come on. Give me a good hat. Ooh, a crown. Okay. Not bad, not bad. What about this? What I got here? Clown. Okay. Not bad, not bad. Fried egg. Not my favorite. Don't really like eggs. Actually, conjoined? That looks disgusting. Eggs. So I will eat eggs. Actually, let me take a step back. Broadly speaking, I have like pretty bad allergies to food, but the allergies I do have are really rare. So for example, I can't have flaxseed. I can't have chia seeds. I can't have acai bowls because I think I'm allergic to acai. It's just mostly seeds that I'm allergic to, but like sesame seeds, it's fine because I have it on sushi all the time. But like certain seeds, like flax seeds, you know, chia seeds, like acai bowls, stuff like that, I'm allergic to. It's not like I don't get like, what's the word? I don't get like, you know, throat closure anaphylaxis. That's it. Yeah, I don't get that. It's more so intense abdominal pain. So it's either an allergy or an intolerance to it. But it's pretty immediate. I will know very quickly if I've ingested one of those substances because I will have a very visceral reaction to it. And the worst part is my body doesn't throw it up. It just like sits there and causes like intense pain. Anyways, how does this relate to eggs? Eggs, I have a somewhat similar reaction, but only if I'm eating eggs on their own. I have to eat eggs with something. So if it's like covered in like sauce, or if it's on or in like a scrambled bowl, something like that, like in breakfast burrito, it's completely fine. So I don't know the logic behind that. Neither did my allergist when I talked to him about it. Neither did my French doctors when I was studying abroad and I brought up the issue to them. Actually, it was France that I went to, saw a doctor after I'd like eat flaxseed. It was like same day appointment. I went in there, they saw the seeds and they were like, huh. Well, they saw my reactions, asked what I ate and like stuff like that. And I told them I was like, oh, I had this, this, and this, and like this had seeds on it. And it's like, have you ever had reactions to this, this, and this? And I was like, no, but the seeds were new. And they were like, okay, it's very likely the seeds then. don't eat those. And I'm not sure why you have a problem with that. They didn't do any blood work or anything, but it was, I think, the first time I've had a doctor actually tell me and like pinpoint one of the reasons why I could be having the reaction. And, you know, later on when I came back to the US, I like actually, you know, took notice more of the foods I was eating. And I noticed that actually a lot of gluten-free foods use flaxseed as a substitute to gluten. So when I had like protein powder that had that, or gluten alternatives, gluten-free type stuff, it was because the flour that they used or the additives that they used contained flaxseed, and so I couldn't eat it. And so I figured out very quickly that's kind of the reason why. And you know, long time ago when I was in high school, one of my exes actually had celiac disease, and I thought it'd be nice, like for her birthday, I'll just like cook up some like spaghetti or something. And I don't know if you guys know much about celiac disease, but it's very disruptive to your lifestyle if you're ever diagnosed with it. It's not just gluten intolerance, it's way beyond that. Gluten is toxic, and any amount of gluten you consume permanently damages the lining of your intestines. So if you cook in cookware that has ever touched gluten, there's a high probability that gluten particles remain in that like pan, pot, whatever. And if you cook in there and provide food to someone who has celiacs, more likely than not, depending how progressed their celiac disease is, they will have some long-term reaction to that cookware, the food that's cooked in. So if you're ever preparing food for someone with celiacs, you have to make sure that it's like a pot that is specifically designated for gluten-free foods. Same with like a toaster. If you make bread or something, that specific toaster slot, you have to make sure you're not like toasting glutenated food, otherwise it will contaminate that material. Anyways, I made like gluten-free pasta for her, and at the time I didn't realize like I had problems with gluten alternative substances, and so the spaghetti noodles that I had had flaxseed in it, and I had made it, and I had like a really intense reaction. Like it was severe abdominal cramping. It was very painful, and I didn't at that time. That was before I went to France and met that doctor. That was before I had known that flaxseed was the cause of it. But looking back, man, I was so naive to not, you know, I just like kind of staved off gluten-free foods for a very long time, and I still do to this day, strictly because of that, you know, issue. I can't control what's inside gluten-free alternatives, and so I just will stay away from it. So anytime I like am approaching a restaurant that has like, it's like vegan or gluten-free, I give myself pause, not because I like politically don't care about vegans or anything. It's because physically I cannot eat their food. It's highly likely that their flour alternatives will contain flaxseed or something, and I just can't eat it. Anyways, fun fact. Apparently flaxseed's very rare allergy, as you can imagine. It also sucks that it's a very common alternative in gluten-free type stuff. Not that I really care, I really love gluten. So, but yeah, I can't really have anything that's health alternative or whatever, mostly because they contain that alternative to it. But yeah, anyways, that this is all because of the fried egg hat. Yeah, can't have that. Cannot have that. But eggs, fine situationally. Shockwave. Coin sugar, smaller coins upon landing. A cascade of flips in revenue. That seems like a really good one to save up for, actually. Should I actually... Let's get that up to 1,000. I'm gonna just spam my mouse across the board here. How much was this? 25,000. That's a lot. If you guys can hear, I'm spam clicking. Make sure I get those silver and gold coins here. $20 seems pretty good. Should probably go buy more silver. Oh, 2,900. Okay, maybe I should just save up the 25k. I don't know. I feel like the whole coin cascade thing, I don't know what's better, focusing on a lot of copper. Oh, wait, hold on, it's copper. Okay, I could probably buy more silver coins then. Is it better to buy like a whole ton of copper coins, silver coins? I don't know. I guess if you buy more copper coins, it kind of allows the cascade to like really happen. I guess you should kind of want to buy whatever's cheapest. That would kind of make sense, huh? Oh, I just saw that was 705 with the helper, so it does just add $5, which is good early game, but as you progress, not really that good. Considering helpers are also like very expensive to get, and they also get fatigued. I also wonder what the optimal like prestige time frame is. I don't know. I really want to save up the 25,000 for the cascade, but I honestly don't see it being that much value because what's the range on the shockwave, you know? Because if I flip this coin, would it flip that and that and that, or just like what would it flip? It doesn't seem that good, but I see the potential for it being insane later on as I get more coins, as the kind of board fills up a little bit more. Also, as the helpers flip the coins, it would make that cascade like really, really good. I feel like it might give like a effective like 1.03x multi to coin value, you know, because you flip a silver, there's a chance it could hit a copper, and if it hits a copper, that'll be pretty good. Okay, I'm getting the shockwave. I guess we'll actually see how good it is. There you go, shockwave purchased. Go ahead and flip that. Okay. Hey, that's pretty good. Does the helpers also trigger the shockwaves? That's really, really good. I guess for now, I'm gonna go get Copper Surge, because the more of these like silver coins and stuff they flip, more likely it is to trigger copper, and copper, when they're flipped, will get more money with that. Yeah, 50% more. What should I get? 33? 33 per copper is pretty good. Get more Copper Surge. Which is it now? 35. Perfect. And then I will buy whatever coin is cheapest, so I can hopefully trigger more shockwaves to get silver coins. Come on, gold. Get more silver, we'll get more copper. I really hope there's an upgrade in the skill tree that makes the cost scaling a little less intense, because I feel like that would help get to next skill tree point faster, you know? Can I move the coin away from the corner here? Please. I want to like cascade. Okay, silver flips, and then there you go. Look at that. Okay, so the gold flipped, right? And then it flipped on a silver coin, and then the silver coin flipped and flipped the copper. Oh, that's satisfying. Yep. Good little cascade there. It just works, as Todd Howard liked to say. Speaking of Todd Howard, what other games would you guys like to see? What I kind of want to get a kind of poll going in the comments, like what type of idle or incremental game kind of interests you? I saw people recommending, say, Incredice, or I saw Incremental Epic Hero 2. Apparently there's like an expansion for it. I think that game, I did look at it, and the graphics themselves didn't really appeal to me. As I mentioned before, graphics are kind of a big thing for me when I judge and play a game. So I may or may not play that. I'll probably try it out. I don't know if I'll make a video on it. Actually, I probably might. I don't know. Just if I have time, probably would. Debating whether or not to spend this money. How to spend this money, actually. Silver Streak. Silver Transmutation. Probably good. Do I have the Silver Glide? No, it's 100,000. Jesus. Okay. For copper alchemy, yeah, I guess probably the value is probably better. It's a copper surge, upgrade the base price. 53, get some copper alchemy probably. Honestly, probably buying these upgrades early is probably better than buying more of the coins. Because, I mean, it's like like a slight increase in value for the copper coins, sure. But this actually just multiplies the value and makes every copper coin better. So it's probably better to focus on the base price and price multi. Get a quicker flip. Say flip better. Maybe I should just honestly move my mouse across. Might be better. Save up for silver glides. That's even better. I want to get the copper price upgrades to 10k. And then I'll start worrying about like silver upgrades, I guess. Ow. Okay, Regina, come on. Get up here. Come on. There you go. There you go, girl. How you doing today? How's your day going? Is mozzarella terrorizing you? Is Mitsubishi running you over in the streets, huh? How much are the silver coins? Okay. Get the flip. Then I'll get these silver costs up to 10k here. Nope. Hey, we can get another hat. Come on. Give me something good. Mohawk. Amazing. Wool hat. Cool. Detective. Okay. Bucket. Okay, I want everyone to have a bucket. Don't really care. Ooh, a Ushanka. Okay. Let's get rid of every hat. Okay, we're gonna make everyone a bucket and a Ushanka. Equip. Perfect. Amazing. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Glory to Soviet Russia. Right? You know? That's Ushanka, right? I actually know a few words in Russian. Some are not YouTube friendly, I don't think. Dota 2 inspired, very much so. But other words like Minya Savot, I know that means my name is. Очень приятно is like, how are you doing? Hi, how are you? Something like that. Очень приятно? I think it's how it is. I think it's how you say it. I don't know if I mentioned this in the past video, but actually before I became what I am like career-wise, I actually wanted to become a UN like language interpreter. Would have been a lot of work, would have been a lot of money. Unfortunately, I didn't have, and ended up getting the medical field instead. But I love learning languages. If you've ever been around in a stream, you'll probably notice me speaking French to people. It's because I like speaking French. Somehow I have a very international audience. I don't know how that happened. A lot of Germans watch my Eidolon content. Some French people. I don't speak German though. Know a few words like Gesundheit. But it's also like accent learning. Like accent learning, I feel like is also a good passion of mine. And I will say some of my accents aren't that great, but I do like learning kind of like linguistic patterns. It's interesting to me to see kind of how human language and communications evolved over the years, and like how accents change, dialects come to fruition. Like I guess the most experience I have with that is French, for example. So obviously there's like Parisian French, there's like different ways to say and pronounce things. It also sounds, when you think of French, you probably think of Parisian French, right? But if you ever go to Quebec, for example, their French sounds similar, but you'll notice certain words are very different. Their swears are very biblical as well. That's because they're like purists in the language, and like they don't really English size they don't borrow words from the English language as much as Parisian French does, for example. It's because they're very proud of their French heritage, like native natural French, and so they don't want to taint the language too much. That's why a lot of their swears are biblical, because it's very old French to say like tabernacle, like tabernacle. Coalice is chalice, for example, like words like that, for example. I don't know if I'll be demonetized for saying that, but who knows? Educational piece. But then if you go down south in Americas, like Louisiana, they have a very heavy American accent, but similarly, a lot of their words are very old French. For example, like chat. The word for chariot is how they say car, for example. But in like France French, it's more modern, so they say voiture, for example, for car instead. Une voiture, un char. In Louisiana French. Also, Louisiana French is it sounds very American. So you could speak in like a very American accent in French, and that's the dialect there. It's very interesting. I don't know, stuff like that is very interesting to me. Very big passion of mine, as you could tell. Get another helper, why not? Ooh, gold coin, okay. Hard worker. Take less breaks, I like that. Get to work. Working on the factory floor. How much was it for silver glide? 100k? Okay. Easy, easy. Easy peasy. I wonder if the constant clicking is now being picked up. Let's see. No, actually, surprising. Almost at 100k. Almost at 100k. There we go. Easy peasy. Now silver is now flipped when I do that. So this should make the cascading effect like very, very easy. And mozzarella, what are you doing? Sitting on my mouse, huh? What you up to, huh? I wish you guys could see just how crazy he is, because this cat is absolutely insane. But I love him. What are you doing, bud? Huh? You up to? Currently, he's reading the Discord chat that people are typing in. Yeah, as of this video, I saw the new Eidolon update came out, so I've been playing it a little bit. My whole philosophy with that is the game itself doesn't deserve content, in my opinion, but I'll still play it because it's a good game. But personal qualms with, you guys know the story. If you don't, there you go. Hey, get away. Stop it. If you know the story, you know the story. If you don't, I have whole videos on it. But yeah, it's kind of hard to walk a balance of, you know, I don't really care too much about like the game. Certain individuals in the game are not that great to interact with, and making content for it's not in my interest anymore. But it's still one of the better idle games, unfortunately. And so, you know, I still have a community of people that are largely in that game. And so, like, it's kind of hard to want to distance yourself from helping people in the game because you still have knowledge of it, you know, and not wanting to support it. You know, it's hard. Hi, how you doing? Something was posted here earlier I wanted to see, but I can't remember what it was. Oh, there we go. So yeah, I feel like you know, of all the games I play, this is definitely the one I just kind of this is the one I can come back to and just like really. I feel like playing this game is kind of like therapy, you know? It's got a very, very good sound to it. It's a good game to just play and kind of sit and reflect, you know? Not really therapy. This does not replace a therapist, but it's very relaxing, you know? That's what I like about this. Debating whether or not I should prestige or just at this point I should probably wait till I get 2 points. Should I buy more? I should probably buy more coins and stuff, huh? Should I save up for another gold coin? I feel like I might be able to. And helpers can flip gold coins, yeah? They can. Okay. We get more hard workers, actually. I'll do this. I'll get another gold coin. Okay. Because that might help increase like the chain effect a little bit. Almost there. Almost there. There we go. And then I'll get a bunch of helper effect, efficiency, whatever, so that they can start flipping more coins. And then they no longer focus copper, so they only do silver and gold, I think. What if I just make them do gold, actually? I'm curious. I feel like I don't have enough gold coins to do that, so I won't make them do it, but I will not make them do copper. I feel like that would be better. It's probably a better idea. And then there we go. That way I don't have to worry. I mean, my mouse doesn't auto, like the hover over effect doesn't do gold coins anyways. So making them really only focus silver and gold is probably the better idea. How many helpers do I have? I have 7. I have 5 gold coins, so yeah. Fusion. Full bounty. Do one of those. About halfway to skill tree. Like a second point there. Or I guess a third point. One sec, need to respond to a work message. There we go. Silver gives about 550 right now. It's pretty good. How much now? 720? 725. Okay, that's pretty good. It was like a 200, about 175 increase, right? It was 550 before, now it's 725 it was? 725, yeah. 175 increase or so. Increase that now. It's up to 775, this is a $50 increase. Pretty good. So the alchemy upgrades are vastly superior. So I am now debating whether or not I just want to save up for the alchemy upgrades individually and get those. Those were 200 before. Wait, were they 200? Dang, okay, I feel like that's not giving me any money now. Alright, one of those 25, it's about $50 each, okay. How close are we? Oh, tells us 1.6 mil. Okay. We're pretty close. Pretty close. One of those should help us a lot. 990, yeah. Maybe I should be buying this stuff. Probably a good idea. More density, more money. That makes sense. More density equals more coin flips equals more money. How close? Like 50k? Easy. Come on. Almost there. There we go. Skill tree 2. Hold on, I don't have like prestige anymore, it's just unlocked Lucky Echo as a purchasable in the shop. Ooh. Do I start with the extra coins? I don't think I'm gonna reach a point where I have more silver than copper necessarily. So I wanna hold off on that. Unlocks platinum coin is purchasable. I don't know. Although, okay, maybe I should do this just to see. Let's give it a try. You know? Give it a try. Choose new table. Oh. Got it. Boom. 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, I gotta roll. Not heads. Please. I should probably let him flip it because he gets me more money. Oh, I should probably stop buying copper coins, huh? So currently have 4. 3 purchased. Now, man, this is okay. This is gonna be, yeah, a little annoying. Let's get the helpers. The helpers will really make the money gen process a lot faster. So let's do that. Get more helpers. I feel like the thing here is just get a bunch of helpers, have them flip it because they give 6 times the amount of money currently. And then I can get copper. Ooh, lucky echo. I didn't realize this is so cheap. Oh my god. Okay, so if that procs, can it proc on the helper is the question. I would assume so. I want to sit and watch. We'll see that happen. Don't see it happen. Hey, get up. Get up. I mean, it's only a 5% chance, so it may not happen. Oh, there it did. It did it. Maybe I should get Lucky Echo. It seems like a good one. The question is how expensive it is. Okay. The price goes up by 10 times every time. Amazing. Get up. Stop sitting around. Hey, there we go. Okay, so the Echo Flip does not give you the money that the helper does. It just counts as like a raw click. So that's interesting. Do I get this or do I save up for a silver coin? So this effectively would multiply the money by what, 8 to 9? Because it's close to 800%, which is 1 plus 800%. So it's 9. It's almost, yeah. So it's like a 9x increase. So 9 times 30 is 270. So eventually, once I get 5 of these, then I should be able to get a lot of money. So I'm just gonna keep on clicking silver coins here, get a bunch of money this way, get more silver coins. There we go. This is gonna take a bit, I feel. I want to, can you please go up? Thank you. I'd rather this be at the top of the screen, to be honest, than at the bottom. Oh, double flipped. Cool. Seems like you can kind of manipulate where the coins go, depending on the orientation of where your mouse is, or your cursor is rather. Like when you click on it. Okay, we almost have 4. Can it increase 800 to increase the flip amount? I feel like it's probably gonna be good. Like stop and get, so that should multiply the amount of money it gets, I believe. It's extra 20, so that multiplies it again by that 9x figure. There we go. And then I can spend the rest of that money that I get now, getting hopefully 2 more silver coins, and we'll see just how much money it is. So it should be around 450 if my math is right. It's gonna be less than that because I'm like rounding up to 777%. Okay. Come on. Moment of truth. Oh my god. Seriously? Okay, yeah. Like I said, it'll be less. So this is fine. Now I just need to get the upgrades to the flippers. And flip the silver, and then they can stop flipping copper and they can only do silver. And then I'm gonna get that. Gonna get silver charged to get more money. Amazing, look at that. Things are really escalating here. I can buy 2 more of those. Okay, I can buy 6 more. 6. Should I upgrade the transmutation? This is probably going to be like an insane amount of money right here. Yeah. Or helpers. I feel like silver transmutation is going to give a lot of money. All right, let's see. So currently it's 894 up to 1,320. Okay, big money. Things are really ramping here. Another lucky echo. I want the where's the shockwave one? Alright, silver coins are making like 2,000 per flip right now, almost 3,000 with the helpers. And the reason I'm not clicking on the silvers is because I do want the helpers to kind of hard focus it, because they have that base like $5 increase. So it seems like it's probably better. Like, okay, if I were to click on silver, right? How much do I get from it? 3,150. Compared to the flipper makes 3,190. Okay, I could do it on my own. Silver glide, sure. It's a slight price difference, which I guess I'm fine doing the hover then. More of those, get some more gold coins. I do have, okay, I get 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just want to make sure I have less copper, otherwise this doesn't work. Now, okay, it says more silver than copper. If I have equal, it stops working. Okay, set the. Again, it's one of those things you gotta test to make sure like the spaghetti code of the game like doesn't allow for certain like circumstances or something. It does actually see it needs to outnumber, so good to know. Good to know. Let's buy some more helpers though. There's a shockwave, perfect. Another lucky echo upgrade. Making a lot more money this on this run. Yeah, it seems the silver coin strategy is actually going to be actually fairly manageable and seems to make a lot. So that's good. Okay, now I'll start focusing on silver charge. Making about 10k per flip. Wait, hold on. 12.9. Perfect. Lots and lots of money. Oh my god, about 15k per flip. It's pretty good. Get some more helpers. Get some more silver coins, more gold coins. I can get 2, 3, 4. Aha. Should probably save up the mill to get another lucky echo, huh? It seems like both lucky echo and the shockwave augment like go together like very, very well. Get more helpers, get more silver coins, gold coins. Save up the mill for Midas touch, maybe. Now gold can be flipped by just hovering over it. Get more silver transmutation, probably. More multiplier for the silver coin value. We're approaching the skill tree point actually fairly quickly. It's pretty good, pretty good. Because these silver coins are insane. Go. 1 mil cost. What's the next? 79 mil. I need 79 mil to get that upgrade. Okay. Let's take a look at the skill tree and kind of see. So by 10 for okay. I know this would be annoying to do. I wonder if this multiplies this further, because that would be interesting. I think that might be the go-to. I think I should probably wait to ascend. And I've been getting into like a pretty good daily habit recently, where I like eat breakfast and then like go on like a 10-15 minute walk, just to like, you know, helps you digest it a little bit better. Also helps increase like your insulin absorption. So for anyone diabetic, if you ever eat food, take like a 5-10 minute walk. Helps process the food a bit better. Anyways, I've just been doing that because I don't get a lot of exercise currently. Like, you know, I don't really go to the gym as much as I'd like to. So getting those walks in is very important. It's also very nice to get some fresh air, you know? I recommend it. But I will say I also live in a pretty walkable community, so it's nice for me. May not be easily accessible to everyone, but highly recommend it, even if it's possible. Pretty close to the second skill point there. So 10 helpers, there we go. Ignore shockwaves. Why would you want to ignore shockwave? I don't understand. Probably some upgrade I haven't seen yet. Also, hold on. There's a hard worker, kind of expensive. Ooh, quite a few of these. Okay. Top hat. Okay, very fancy. Duplicate? Oh. I didn't realize I can get duplicates. That just makes sense. Dungeon Mage. I like the Dungeon Mage one. Wizard. Okay, I like that better. Diver. Okay. Joker. I like that one. Pretty good detail to that one. Cade. Another Joker. Should I... Can I see this one? Oh, okay. I guess I can. What's that? Ooh. Okay. Lucky. Colonist? Diver? Dungeon Mage? I like all of these. Let's go equip them. Nice. The halos actually look pretty sick, actually. Oh, probably should have got another helper. I guess I can save up for one. Now this game is starting to pick up in visual intensity, which I like. I like that about idle games, is when things get so chaotic, you know? I suppose, you know, this might be like probably a good like epilepsy moment. Hey, if you have epilepsy, stop watching the video. Bunch of flashing lights here. Might be too late for that. I don't know. Almost there at skill point number 2. And there we go. Okay, I want to get the helper. And we're going to go for the thief. Unlocks missile as a purchasable shop item. Muscular helper. Boost their tempo by 20%. That actually seems kind of good. After flipping heads 777 times, coins will multiply their value by 7 for 5 seconds. Oh, wait. Hold on. Can I remove that? Triggering coins through cursor nets you 4 times more money. That seems... Wow. I'm gonna do that. Yeah. Yes, it's a less number than the thief one, but I don't know how frequent the thief comes by. Poker table. Okay. Ooh. Oh. Well, there's that guy. All right. Interesting. Let me go read this again. So, triggering coins with your cursor gives you 4 times more money. Okay, each day you start each game with an angelic helper cast or boost the income of coins in its proximity by 300%. Okay. Make them focus on that. Get the lucky echo. Was there something else I got? Because I'm getting a lot of money here. I'm somehow like getting 40 sometimes. I'll show you for the next point. 555 mil. That should be easy, right? Okay. For now, ignore the copper coins. Just gonna do silver. 120. That's, yeah. Pretty good. Let's see if I can manipulate this to go into the angels little 360. Wow. Yeah, that should make this a lot better. If it actually lands on heads is the thing. Okay, almost have more silver than copper. There we go. Almost. One more. Give me a good flip. Give me a good flip. Come on. More, a few more. There we go. All right, they should be massive now. 2,000. Okay. Get Lucky Echo. Get that. Okay, bigger hands. Harder worker. These guys only flip silver, and then I can. Doesn't matter. Quick flip, Lucky Echo, much copper surge. Yep. I feel like, well, actually, I'm gonna make a ton of money doing manual flips now because the helpers have like a +5, but I have a 4 times multi, so getting a lot. Hold control to max by. Okay. Let's make some money. Silver glide, perfect. Does this, hold on, just want to make sure this counts as, the glide itself counts as cursor, right? I'm going to assume so because I'm making a lot here. Ignore hovering on silver, I want to double check. So 70,000. 70,000, okay, yeah, the hovering counts as triggered by cursor. Again, it's one of those things in an incremental game, you just gotta double check and make sure it's working the way it's reading. Seems to be going very well. Dirty shockwave, yeah, perfect. Control by. Okay, so bunch of coins now, bunch of things triggering. How much was it for that glide? Velocity, infusion, bounty. Make sure the hovering works for everything. Perfect. Now we should be making a whole lot more. Things getting a lot faster now. Going from 0 to nothing at the start. Very fast. I like that. A whole lot of these. A whole lot of helpers. Okay, now hear me out. Actually, no, I'm not even gonna bother. I do want to make sure that these guys are ignoring copper. Perfect. We save up 10 mil for Lucky Echo here. Perfect. Amazing, amazing. again, it's kind of hit that level where it's very satisfying. There's a lot going on, and I like that. This is triggering something in my brain here. Speaking of which, how long have I been playing? An hour and 16? Okay. I feel like once we prestige here, we'll go ahead and stop the video. And then if you guys want a part 3, let me know in the comments below. If you guys stuck around for the full 1 hour, 16 minutes, that's crazy. Wow. Well, leave a comment. Let me know if you guys like this like style of commentary, the video game, sounds, the music. Let me know what other games you guys want to see as well. What other games in the incremental genre you guys want to find out. Wow. Suppose I'll save up like 100 mil. I think there's an achievement for that or something. It's gotta be. I think once I prestige, I'll probably go for the thief upgrade. Because that thief should give a fairly large multi. Like if I got the thief, instead of silver coins netting me inside the angel field, like, was that like 600k? Like 6 mil? Yeah, 739,000 or something. It should be netting me 7 mil, which is fairly significant. There we go. 100 mil. Achievement unlocked. Perfect. Spectacular. Amazing. What your gold coins giving me? I can't even tell. Trying to like watch this one right here. 1.96 mil. Actually, gold coins are giving a fairly large amount. I think more so than silver right now, no? I guess it just kind of depends if it's the angel field or not. But gold coins are definitely giving me a lot of money. Oh yeah. I feel like there's too many numbers and like they're going too fast for me to... Was that 70? Hold on. How much do these actually give? Like, okay, it's like 200k. Oh, those are the echo. So yeah, it is giving like almost a mil per flip, right? Right? 800k. Never mind, I'm tripping. Alright, here we are at the prestige point. I don't know. Should I do pocket change? No, right? Maybe I should wait. Ugh, man. Okay, well, either way, I'm gonna go ahead and stop here though. And then we'll just kind of let the helpers and everything kind of go. So anyways, thank you guys for sticking around and watching this video. I really appreciate it. Let me know if you guys, again, like the style of content. Let me know if you guys want to see more of Gambler's Table. Let me know if you guys want to see any more of any other games. Yeah, especially if you have any recommendations for idle games or incremental games you want to see a video of, let me know. I'll be happy to do some little variety content, commentary, find out something to talk about because yeah, that's the nature of this. So anyways, thank you guys for watching, sticking around. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. as always, I do try and read every comment. May not reply to every single one, but I do at least read them. So thank you guys for watching again. Have a great day. Bye-bye.